Welcome everyone to today's webinar on surrogacy in Ukraine. My name is Bram from GoSurrogacy.com, and today we're being joined by Anastasia Herman, a qualified lawyer from Ukraine working in the field of assisted reproduction, family and immigration law since 2013. With the help of Anastasia's professional services, more than 212 children were born through surrogacy. Today, she will share with us the options for starting a family through surrogacy in Ukraine.
Hello, Bram. Hello, everyone.
Hi. Hi, Anastasia.
Nice to see you. How are you?
I'm great. How are you today?
I'm fine too. You know, today is very great, really great opportunity to share experience and knowledge in this field. Because more and more it become very popular and people want to find out more information, and I am happy to be here today and provide such informative support to all intended parents, surrogate mothers, and any part of such an process.
That's excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us. You prepared a presentation for us.
Yes.
So let me pull that up on the screen, and then I would suggest we start with that.
Okay, great. Great. So thank you of course, for introduction. I want to say that surrogacy is very important and very popular now in Ukraine. So Ukraine is a country which is in the east part of Europe. Now Ukraine become a member of, like, associate with Europe, and it's very attractive for international patients and clients to come and to do surrogacy and another type of ART treatment here. Can you switch out to the next slide, please?
Sure. Where are you based in Ukraine?
I'm based in Lviv, but the capital is Kiev, and most of the clinics are there. But it's not very big distance, and it's possible to travel and to meet my clients there and help with all questions that appear directly in the Kiev.
Right.
So in Ukraine, the ART treatment is regulated by the order of the Ministry of the Healthcare. This order regulates not only the surrogacy, but also the egg donation, the PGD, the IVF in general, and embryo donation. So all kinds of such treatment. The main articles which this order state is that gametes and embryo donation, surrogacy and PGD are allowed in Ukraine. That means that as Ukrainian people, as foreigners, can use such kind of treatment and can use the services in Ukraine. For international patients, egg donors and sperm donors can be identifiable in unique occasion. That means that if you're Ukrainian, you cannot know who is your donor. You will only know the general information, but for people who come from the overseas, they can see the photos, have the personal data. And it's like an opportunity, and also people can bring their own donor to Ukraine and do the treatment. At least one of the spouses should have the genetic link with a child. That is regarding the surrogacy. If a donation, it can be even a double donation. But if it's surrogacy, or mother or father should have a genetic link. This is a requirement of the law, which is very strict, and most of the countries where a child will go after also requires a genetic link with a child. What concerns surrogacy, only married couple can use such method of treatment. It is forbidden for unmarried single people to go through surrogacy and have such treatment in Ukraine. Also, it's very important that there is no limits for attempts which couple can have as in surrogacy, as in the using the egg donation. So they have as many trials until they will get the success. And also some clinics in Ukraine or agency, they provide the special packages like guarantee packages or unlimited attempts. So it's also can help people to reach the pregnancy and the birth of their child in the future.
So, and I think you mentioned before to me as well that surrogacy in Ukraine is only open to heterosexual couples. Is that right?
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
Yes. To use the ART treatment, if it's IVF or surrogacy or egg donation, the couple should have the medical indications. This is a special state where, because of what reason they need to use it. It's not like I want to do this and I will do this kind of ART. They need to have a purpose to use it and provide the letter from the doctor or another approvals on this. So, and on this condition, they can start their surrogacy journey in Ukraine. So I understand that nowadays there is a lot of sources with information about the surrogacy, the different aspects. But today I want to describe by the practical point of view how to do it, what you need to know, and to keep in mind the biggest and the most important steps you need to follow for success. So first of all, it's make a decision to start surrogacy. Before to do this, you should to have the consult with the doctor, with a psychologist, with your lawyer to understand everything what you will meet in the future in Ukraine. You need to take into consideration that it is another country and you need to be fully advised what you do and understand that it is legal, it is possible, and you will take it psychologically normal. So that's why I recommend to go through the different consults and then or advices and then to start your journey. The legal advice from lawyer, it's very important as in your country of residence, as in the country where you're going. So in this case, it's Ukraine. In Ukraine, it's legal and it's possible to do, but Ukrainian law should to respect also the law of another countries, especially where you're from, and of the law of the country of which your child will obtain the citizenship. So before your program, please get an advice from your lawyer in your country or from the embassy who will state that it's possible to take your child back home and that you will meet no problems, which will make your journey easier as in time frames, as in the money losses, and so you will know what you can expect in the future, and it will be very helpful for you. The next step is to contact clinic or agency due to the program. Here in Ukraine, there is a very, very big amount of the clinics and agency who help with the surrogacy and egg donation. Some clinics offer only just IVF as a medical part, but they have also the agencies who take care about your surrogate mother during the program. So you can use a full package of services provided by the agency or start your surrogacy journey by yourself. So
is that something you would recommend?
So I think that, of course, it is better when you use the services of agency and you are secured and you know what to expect and you know that your surrogate mother is under the control, that she has somebody responsible to whom she can call, ask, talk, and so it's easier because this agency is here in Ukraine and you not always can talk with her because of language barrier. and it's easier. But it's up to the people who decide to go through surrogacy. But there is like two options, and they can use the best which is suited to them. The next step is to sign surrogacy contract. According to Ukrainian law, the surrogacy contract should be notarized, and it can be signed between the surrogate mother and intended parents. So you need to strictly describe everything what can happen during the pregnancy. You need to mention the termination, all the like not very pleasant things that can happen, and you will be secured in the future because it is a source. The agreement is a source to which you can back and know how to behave in some situation. After you can hire the lawyer who will provide you, who will assist you with a surrogacy, with a contract arrangements, or you can do it by yourself. And also this contract should be in Ukrainian language, and it can be only in Ukrainian language or in two, like Ukrainian and English, or in the language where parents came from. And during such process should be present the official translator who will certify the translation is accurate and true. So because the surrogate mother probably will not speak English, only Ukrainian, that's why that all the sides should understand what they signed, what is written. We use such assistance of translator.
Okay. So you mentioned there the language barrier, of course.
Yes.
So how does that work with an intended parent communicating with an Ukrainian surrogate after they already, once they start the whole process? Is there someone to assist in weekly or monthly communications at all?
So as a rule, the surrogate in each program, the surrogate mother has the coordinator with who she is in touch during all the time. As a rule, such coordinator or social worker, they speak English, and they help to translate, to make the Skype calls, to translate reports, and so on.
Okay, excellent.
After everything, like the contractual actions were done, you need to start the medical procedures and IVF. So it's very interesting topic, and now there is a lot of opportunities to do it in Ukraine because of a lot of clinics want to help, and it's not problem to find the doctor you will trust, the lab you will trust, and so on. So after you did the medical part of the surrogacy, and after everything was okay, and the pregnancy going well, the child is born. So there start the post-birth process to aim to get child back from Ukraine to your country of residence. As a rule, the child is in the hospital, is separated from the surrogate mother, and they stay there for 3 days if it's the natural birth, and for 7 or 6 days if it's a C-section. After it, the intended parents will receive the birth certificate where they are mentioned as the parents. So the surrogate mother's name will be not in the documents in the birth certificate, and based on this, the couple should apply to the embassy and ask to issue the travel document or passport for a child, and which will give a permission to cross the border and back to the country. But it of course depends on where the parents from, and do they have the same citizenship, or probably they have two citizenship or different. It's a lot of options.
Yeah. And I guess that comes back to the
Yes.
first point you mentioned, where you said
Yes.
to get, before you start to get legal advice within your country of residence, to make sure that that you can actually bring your child home safely, and,
Yes,
and that the
absolutely.
law is in favor of that,
For
right?
example, for the USA people, US people, it's not a problem. The embassy is very open to this, and they are really ready to work, and there is no law problems connected with the law, and they only do the DNA test, which confirm the genetic link between the father and child or mother and child, and based on this, they will give a passport for a kid, and they can back to the USA. Also, for example, in the time frames, it takes around 3 weeks. So it's not long time, and it's very good opportunity to use Ukraine in such treatment, surrogacy treatment, than another destination. So also very important to know which your parental rights here as intended parents and as a parents are at all. So very interesting and very modern, then intended parents are acknowledged as a parent since conception of ART treatment. So after the embryo transfer, you are considered as a parent, and only after the birth you will receive the birth certificate which confirms this fact. But the surrogate mother, from the very conception, she is only carries the pregnancy, but she doesn't have any parental right for your kid. The surrogate mother also cannot seek any parental rights in the future. If she will decide to go to the court and try to be acknowledged as a mother, it's not possible. You always your rights as a parents are always keep under the you. So it's also very good point for the future, for the perspective, because today is everything is okay, but tomorrow the surrogate mother can change her opinion. That's why the intended parents, according to Ukrainian law, are secured, and they are parents from the beginning, from the conception, for forever. So the child will obtain the citizenship of the parents. The child will not get Ukrainian citizenship. So there's also the very important point, because people are worried, if my child will have another citizenship, how we will do, how we will manage in the future. So this is also the question that is very interesting and very secured for intended parents to go through surrogacy in Ukraine. How does the legal part of surrogacy look like? So first of all, as I told before, you need to be advised due to the possibility to take part and start surrogacy program. The second is surrogacy contract arrangements. I personally recommend to hire the lawyer who will describe everything correctly and by law, respecting as Ukrainian law as law of your country, and it will give some guarantees in the future that you know how to behave, you know how to move forward with some situation, and so on. Also, there is required by the Ukrainian law that surrogacy contract should be signed in front of the public notary, and after it also should be done prior to the embryo transfer, and that is this is the main point what you should to do according to Ukrainian law. I mean, of the legal aspects. You need to sign the contract and get the birth certificate. It's all the requirements of Ukrainian law. Everything else you do only with for embassy and follow their requirements. So the state registration of the child, it takes 1 day after all the evidences will be proven, and the lawyer will represent you in front of the register office. You will receive the birth certificate, and there will be a Ukrainian standard birth certificate, and intended mother, now it's like a mother and father, will be mentioned there as a parents. The main part takes after the birth, and the main work start after the birth for a lawyer. I mean, it is post-birth process. So first of all, the intended parents should get the legal advice, or from the lawyer or from the embassy, and after it, we will know which documents we should to provide, which action we should to do, and be ready for this. As a rule, the process after the birth take from 3 up to 6 weeks to receive the passport for a child and leave Ukraine. Sometimes it is quicker, sometimes it is take more days because of different circumstances. But in general, it is fast process. Also, some countries have like adoption or guardianship process, which take place in their country and start as a rule when the parents back with a child to this country. It can take from 6 months and more, and it depends what the parents require from the to make an adoption or guardianship. For this process, it's very important that their lawyer should be in touch with the Ukrainian lawyer, because during all the process, the surrogate's mother documents will be required, some kind of statements of power of attorney and so on. So it's important that both two lawyers, work of two lawyers guarantees the best result, the best outcome, and the faster outcome for successful outcome, I mean, for intended parents. So
Sure.
the advantages of surrogacy program in Ukraine is, first of all, is legality. It is legal, and you cannot be scared that you do something wrong, and you can meet some problems in the future. The second is the high quality of medical service. Now Ukraine is fast developing country, and Ukrainian clinics strictly follow the European standards and try to make it even better. And of course, a lot of people come from another countries, and they want to be better, to provide more services. And it's really great opportunity. I see a lot of clinics by my own eyes, and I can say that it's impressive after being in the US, after being in Israel. It's great. The also very important point is the price. The price in Ukraine is for surrogacy is very attractive. It's start from 35,000 euros and up. It depends on the type of the program you choose. Do you choose the egg donation? Do you need a PGD or PGS testing, and another medical options? But it's this price cover the compensation for the surrogate mother. It covers the medical part. It covers the basic legal advising, and it's covered the coordinator who will be work with your surrogate mother, who will be in touch with you, who will translate you. So it's a great price. And of course, the most expensive package is a guarantee package, which cover the unlimited attempts of IVF with a donor or without donor. It also depends on what clinic provide. They have a million options. So the pricing is really great.
So the unlimited attempts you're mentioning, is that, I suppose it's not every clinic who's offering that, right?
Yes,
really
it's not all
depends on the
clinic offers it, but
with.
but now, yes, but some of them
It's quite
do
common.
this and have a very good rates on that.
Okay.
Also very important that here is a large number of women who want to help as donors, as surrogate mothers. They are, you can, so the surrogate mother is a woman who has at least one own child, and she is healthy as physically as mentally. It's confirmed by the medical reports, and it actually means that she can go to the clinic and say, yes, I want to be a surrogate mother, and I have such documents which confirms that I can do this. So the next point is the comfortable location and good flight connection. Kiev is the capital of Ukraine, and there is an international airport. It is really attractive prices for flights. Also, the stay in the hotel is not expensive. It starts from 35 euros per night. And so the people can afford it. It's not expensive country, and when you come here, you will not live here a big amount of money. You can be focused on the treatment, but not on your additional expenses connected with such treatment. Also, I added the very important for me point is legal confidence in the future. That's point I told before, that you can be sure that your child is yours from the conception, and neither surrogate mother nor somebody else can say that, or donor can apply for some changes in this matter, or seek any parental rights in the future.
Okay. So we spoke a little bit about costs already. I think you mentioned that the price starts from 35,000 euros.
Yes,
is that right? The packages, yeah. Okay. So, and that includes the full service package. So all the costs you will incur for surrogate compensation, working with the agency,
it can be expensive, because if you need the egg donation costs additionally 5,000 euros. So if it's like you don't need to use donor, it starts from 35. If it's with an egg donor, it's from 40,000 euros.
Okay. So are there any requirements for entering, for intended parents to enter the Ukraine with the purpose of completing surrogacy there? Like, do they need any special permits, like visas?
Basically, no. So they enter the country as a tourist. There is no special kind of visa for surrogacy or treatment. They can stay here for 3 months per each half of the year. So it's 180 days per 90 days per 180 days. If they need to stay here longer, they can make a visa based on the medical treatment or something else. But from when they want to come, they don't need to apply for a visa. Of course, there are some countries like Australia, like China, they need to do a visa. And they can do the medical visa when the clinic will provide you the letter that they invite you for a treatment. It's also not a problem to get such kind of visa. For European citizens, for US, for British, for Ireland, they don't need any visa.
Okay, so there's quite an international well, audience
Yes.
coming to the Ukraine.
The interesting fact that
start a family. Okay.
over the 40% of all surrogacy now people do in Ukraine. So there is a big amount of intended parents who want to start their surrogacy journey here, because in other countries such as India and Nepal now closed, and you cannot go there for such treatment. And Ukraine is a very good opportunity. It's located in the Europe. The law is to really protect the rights of the intended parents. A big amount of the surrogate mothers and donors. So why not? People come here, and it is very popular here. It's honestly.
Excellent. So for international intended parents, what would be your biggest advice really for them if they're still in the stages of, in the early stages, considering different countries to go to? What would be your main advice for them when starting out?
So the main advice: not be scared of another country to go there and do this treatment. It's very important to understand that here is a lot of professionals, that you are under the control, that you will have a good care of your surrogate mother, of you, as from the side of doctors, of the nurses, from the lawyers, from all the involved sides. You need to make a decision and then start to looking for a clinic you trust, for talk with the different doctors and understand, yes, this is my person and I trust my child. It's very important from the psychological point of view. Also the same is with a lawyer. You need to trust, you need to get the full advice about your possibilities in Ukraine, about your rights, about the rights of the surrogate mother, and then just come and make your dream come true.
Excellent. So do you have, I suppose you have connections with agencies and clinics?
Of course, I'm providing
before, right? So
only legal part for intended parents. I'm also advising on the which clinic to use, where to go, what I can recommend, what to do. So I also working with a different psychologists and the doctors who can recommend the best option for you, taking into consideration or circumstances that you had before. So I providing everything for intended parents to make this surrogacy journey easier. And even the motto of our law office is "Your dream, our goal." So
that sounds excellent. Well, so I put your contact details on the screen, Anastasia.
Yes,
are you happy for people to contact you?
If you are considering
with any
to do surrogacy or egg donation, or you have any question regarding this matter, I will be more than happy to provide you the full consult on this matter, to help you to find the best clinic to match you with the best agency and make your surrogacy journey secured and confident. Just and of course to everybody, I wish a lot of success and successful treatment, and of course make your dream come true.
Well, thank you so much, Anastasia, for joining us today and for providing us with a lot of helpful information. If anyone wants to join our community where we answer any questions you might have in terms of surrogacy, or you want to speak to other professionals, please follow this link on Facebook. Saying that, we've come to the end of our webinar today.
Thank you very much.
So much for everybody who joined us today, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.